I feel like I've gotten hundreds of dollars of personalized lessons here just for the
I'm going to
price
try
of
to do a little video for you. He wants to get paid. He wants to get paid.
the check is in the mail.
Hey everybody, just me again, Wayne. And I've been going through my video files for whatever reason recently, and I found a couple of them during which I had extended conversations with my friend Doug Brignole, who passed away in October, that for various reasons I just never turned into videos to put up on the channel. Now, one of those, which was just a 2-hour conversation, just Doug and myself, I'm turning into a series of much shorter videos because nobody wants to sit there for 2 hours, and just watch us talk. And what you're about to see now is well, technically it's the second, but since I cut the first conversation up into 3 parts, we'll say this is the 4th part of advice that Doug and Steve Greene and John Taylor gave me coming up to my first and so far my only bodybuilding contest in late 2021. They gave me a lot of tips, a lot of advice, a lot of really great feedback. And I hope you get some good out of this too. Now, a lot of this is 4 guys just being goofy. And a lot of it is very particular to just what I specifically needed or wanted to ask and that kind of thing, which I suppose is the reason I didn't make this into a video before now. But I rewatched it here, well, just this morning. And I thought, there is stuff in here that other people might benefit from. So I hope you are one of them. Hey, by the way, thanks for clicking on this video. You got thousands to choose from. I appreciate you making this choice. So yeah, here's an informal conversation with Doug Brignole, Steve Greene, John Taylor, and me. I hope you like it.
Anyway, now I'm just being a grumpy old guy. So
Get off my lawn.
Yeah, exactly. Gosh, I'm trying to think if there are any specific questions that I wanted to ask you guys about, because I love the feedback you've been giving. That's wonderful. Much appreciated. Tremendously appreciated.
Tell us about your diet.
Yeah. My diet. Well, it was working great at first, and I was cutting my calories down slowly, and then
What kind of calories were you cutting?
I was cutting about 200 to 300 at a step every 2 weeks.
From protein, carbohydrates, or fats?
Mostly from carbs.
Okay.
Mostly from carbs.
Are you getting fat right now?
Yes. Yeah.
In
Not
what form?
lots, but just whatever fat comes in my tuna and chicken.
Okay.
So, but
mostly protein right now?
Oh yeah, lots of protein. Yeah, it's starting on this last Saturday, I made the step down to 900 from either 1100 or 1200, from 1100 down to 900.
Are you hungry?
And oh Jesus, yeah, I'm so hungry. I've got that carb thing, that carb desire going on.
What kind of carbs are you eating?
Well, right now none. Just
Zero.
vegetables. Yeah, just green.
Vegetables are carbs.
Yeah.
They're low glycemic carbs, so that's good.
Yeah. So I've got a huge sweet tooth. So that's
irrelevant right now, right?
Yeah, it's irrelevant right now. And actually after watching the video yesterday, I have no desire to indulge it right now. Because I'm like, okay,
Scared straight.
Yeah, tuna and greens, that's fine, and chicken. So that's what will be.
Well, that's a difficult diet.
It is, and Steve sent me a really great email talking about how really unpleasant that diet of the last 2 or 3 weeks is, but sort of a necessary evil, as it were. And and actually, as I said, after it, maybe it's good that I'm not in any better shape than I am, because after watching the video from yesterday, as I said, I have no desire now for a cookie or or oatmeal or anything.
How much weight have you lost?
I have lost well, it depends on what I weigh right now, but basically 16 pounds.
Okay.
I haven't lost much at all in the past two weeks or so. But yeah, I've lost 16 pounds and now about 3¼ inches from around my waist. So, you know,
And you're
my
working out,
pants fit now. So that's great. I like
you're working
that, you
out. Well,
know.
that's because your pants were too small before.
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah.
You're working out what, 5 days, 6 days, 7 days a week right now?
It's 5.
5.
Yeah.
How many weeks
So,
out are you?
it's on the 30th, so I'll be 2 weeks out come Saturday.
Can you afford to do 6 or 7 days a week right now?
I can try. There are some days, like Mondays, for example, I teach. Well, it's not 12 solid hours of teaching, and a couple of Mondays over my lunch hour, I've gotten to the gym. But like tomorrow, my wife and I are driving to Kansas City for a doctor's appointment, and I think I'll be able to get to the gym after we get back. But yeah, but that's actually something I wanted to ask was, you know, working out these last 2 or 3 weeks. Should I still be working to gain or to maintain? I mean, not that there's really much difference because, you know, I'm going and I'm lifting as, you know, as much as I can for as, you know, as many reps as I can.
Well, yeah, I'm sorry. I don't mean to dominate, and I don't mean to, you know, step on John's toes or Steve's toes. But I wanted to say that you were right. You really don't have the option to gain. Come on, you're pulling our leg.
You guys should take this on the road.
Training hard right now is training hard right now. There's no such thing as having the option of having it maintain or gain. All you can do is hope for the best.
Yeah.
Train as hard as you can and diet as hard as you can. And it's impossible for you to gain muscle when you're in a calorie deficit. So the end result will be that you're maintaining as much as possible, but it's not a matter of choosing it. It is what it is.
Yeah, that makes sense. And I'm thinking about what you guys said the last time that we talked, which is, and John, your point about, you know, 3 or 4 weeks out, becoming, you know, really dissatisfied, thinking either my workouts or my diet or both just aren't delivering like I want them to. But and I completely forgot what that was supposed to introduce. Something that you guys said. What was it?
Well, that you could become, you know, I wanted you not to become discouraged. If you were 3 to 4 weeks out and you felt like the training and the combination with the diet just wasn't getting you to where you thought you should be, because oftentimes at that point, you're not close enough to the competition that you're really going to have the appearance that you're seeking. So it sounded like you kind of did hit that or did experience that.
Oh yeah, big time. And
you know, there's 2 things I want to say to corroborate what John just said. One is that when you're dieting, your whole perspective is skewed. You cannot see yourself correctly.
Mm.
So later, when you stop dieting and you look back at the pictures, you'll think, God, I looked a whole lot better than I thought I did.
Oh, well, that'd be good.
You're so depressed that everything looks bad. That's number 1. And number 2 is when you're getting leaner, you're getting smaller. So you look at yourself in the mirror with a t-shirt on, and what you see, as Steve is saying there, you just see yourself shrinking. And you get really discouraged because you don't realize that you're actually getting your body fat level to a point that's going to make you look bigger on stage from the illusion. Because, so I've always told the people that I train, if you're going to assess yourself in front of a mirror, don't have a shirt on. If you're shaving, if you're brushing your teeth, if you're standing in front of the mirror, don't have a shirt on, because you'll see that shirt used to be tight on you before and now it's loose on you. And you're going to think you're like, you know, shrinking down to nothing, and you're going to get discouraged, and you may want to not even do it.
Yeah.
Take your shirt off when you're brushing your teeth. Take your shirt off when you're, you know, shaving, so that you can see the definition and you look like, you know, you're getting leaner and you're impressed with that progress. I mean, right now, this shirt is really loose on me too. I look really skinny right now too, but I've done it so many times that I know that's to be expected.
Okay.
You know, Doug, you said something interesting in one of the previous episodes about increasing calories the last week. Can you go over that again?
Well, what happens is if you're playing your cards right, you want to be your leanest about 5 to 7 days before the show. You don't want to be arriving at your leanest the day of the show, because then you'll be depleted. So what happens is about 5 to 6 days before the show, you want to start gradually increasing your caloric intake, because there's no way you're going to accumulate body fat in 6 days. But you'll be refilling all your glycogen stores. So that's the reason why almost everyone that competes says, God, I look so much better a week or two after the contest.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because you were trying to get to your leanest on the day of the show. You should have been trying to get your leanest the week before the show. Then start increasing your calories a little bit, not a lot. Of course, you don't want to distend your stomach, but you want to start bringing your glycogen loads back up again. And you can only absorb so much glycogen at a time. So it'll do it over the course of, 5-6 days. And you'll do so without, overeating and pumping up your insulin and then getting, water retention or anything. You just, add some rice, add some olive oil and some avocado, and that will make a big difference over the course of, 5 days. And you'll feel much bigger the day of the show. You get a much better pump, and you'd be just as lean as you were the week before, just as lean as you were the week before.
So if the competition is on a Saturday, when do you suggest the last training day be?
Well, you can train right up to the show. You can train, Thursday. I'm not saying, stop the training. I'm just saying start bringing carbs and fats back in like Monday.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. And actually, Thursday probably will be the last day that I get to train before the show, because Friday we'll be busy packing, and then I've got to go get my granddaughter. She's coming with us.
Oh,
and so my cheering section will be my wife and my granddaughter.
Great.
So, and then we're going to the hotel, and then I've got the lady coming to do the first coat of spray tan, as soon as we get there, and then I register for the show, and I'm I was going to say I also have to make time for the polygraph test, but I've actually scheduled that for about a week before, so I won't have to mess with that. But
the training, you're not going to make any actual difference in your body in the last 4 or 5 days of working out, but your brain, your mind is going to feel a whole lot better if you're still working out.
Right. Yeah.
If you haven't worked out for a week, you'll feel kind of like jellyish.
Yeah.
But it's not going to really make that much of a difference in the last 4 or 5 days. But I would still tell people, go ahead and work out till, I would say Thursday or Wednesday, maybe not the day before the show, but certainly by Wednesday or Thursday, you could have that be your last workout. They shouldn't be killer workouts like you're trying to max out. Just get a good pump and feel good.
Right. Okay.
Eating could start,
that makes sense.
Monday.
Okay. That makes sense. And what you've been saying about, looking in the mirror and, the clothes are looser and so forth, is something that when I first made a video saying, hey, I think I'm going to do this, Steve, you made a comment, a lengthy one, saying essentially that same thing, saying, you're really going to feel like you're shrinking. You're going to look smaller with your clothes on, but with your clothes off, you will look bigger. So this is, yeah.
And
so
Wayne, have you been spending any time practicing the mandatory poses?
yes, yeah. And I'll tell you, the pose that is giving me the most trouble right now, and there are, I counted them up, counting left and right, there are 11, 13. Ah, crap. I got a whole stack of photos over there, but the pose that's giving me the most trouble is the twisting back shot. I mean, it looks like it should
mandatory.
That's mandatory? Wow.
Yeah.
Surprising.
It
Wow.
looks, well, at least I think it is. Hang on just a second. Let me
Yeah.
here.
I've never heard of that.
Maybe. So we
That's
got
what makes the twisting shots so beautiful during a posing routine, is that they're not part of the mandatories.
see. Yeah, rear double bicep twisted. Yeah, that's one of the mandatories. And it looks like it should be so simple, but it's given me fits. So yeah. I've got a whole stack of photos.
Show us the twisting back double bicep.
Let's see here. Here we go. I just had that. Oh, there.
By the way, you don't have to bend over like that if you don't want to. or you don't have to bend over as much.
Okay. Well, you know, I wondered about that because, you know, you can find 5 or 6 or 10
because
different
you
pictures
could
of
do
guys
you
doing
could
it.
do it straight, a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more. I mean, there's all kinds of degrees. As long as you're twisting, that's all that matters.
Okay. Okay. And one of the things, the last mandatory pose isn't a specific pose. You're supposed to do your favorite classic pose.
Oh,
And I'm like, I don't know what my favorite classic pose is. You know, I guess I'll just goof around until I find the one that I think I look best in, or that my wife says I look best in.
well,
So-
what they're referring to is your favorite Zane pose,
Yeah. Yeah.
which is usually something like this.
Yeah. And then
Yeah,
kind of thing. Yeah.
or something like this.
So that's actually one that I'm considering. I've got
nice
a
pose,
picture
yeah.
of that one. Yeah. So yeah. So anyway, that's where that's going.
The one I've always hated is when they say your favorite most muscular.
You know, it's interesting because they specify this organization and one other one, I can't remember which one it is. It says favorite classic pose except most muscular. And I'm like,
Oh, well, that's
Huh.
because most muscular is not a classic pose.
oh, okay. Okay.
Most muscular is a barbaric pose. It's anything but classical. There's
Okay.
nothing
All
elegant
right.
about a crab.
Right.
So
I mean, sometimes they say your favorite most muscular pose, and like someone like me or like Zane, who don't particularly look good, you know, with this kind of pose, you know, we'll do hands on the hips, most muscular.
So-
You know, like this.
Yeah.
you know, I wonder if that would count if I did a hands on the hips thing. Of course, I don't.
That is a classic, you know, they
Yeah.
call it most muscular, hands on the. In fact, sometimes they even request hands on the hips, most muscular.
Huh. Okay.
But you can do
Interesting.
other things too. You can put your hands behind your lower back like this, and you can crunch down like this. Or you can
Yeah.
do it like this.
So yeah, I was thinking maybe what have I got here? Let's see. I found actually I love this picture of Steve Reeves. I don't know if you guys can see that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of glary, and I thought, oh, that'd be cool if I could pull that off. I don't know if I can, but I thought that would be cool. So I might practice that and see if I can.
Now, do you see what he's doing there? Because he's got his left leg up and his right leg back. That means his pelvis is rotating to the right, but his upper body is rotating to the left.
Yes. Yeah.
So that's an example of how some people do it wrong and they rotate both in the same direction.
Yeah. I was
Then you
noticing
don't
that.
get that small waist.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I was noticing that with various photos of folks doing either the mantis pose or the twisting back shot. So, you know, some folks putting, you know, the same leg and the same arm, you know, in front. I thought, I don't think that's right. That doesn't look as good to me.
You know, when I was coaching my my training partner, who's about 9 years older than me, a few years ago, he was competing. And the good thing about Mike is that he's very playful. And so I said to him, because he was doing it, he was posing to the theme from Rocky. And so he was hitting these poses, and I said, you know, add a little drama to it. Like when you're transitioning, let's say from this, you know, from this to this, go open up, you know, make sure. And so we still joke about it today because he overdid it. He was going like this, and he went up like, but it made it wonderful. It didn't ruin it at all. And he had a big smile on his face, and the audience loved it. And it's
Awesome.
Yeah. And I said, just have fun with it. And so he heard that, and he did exactly that. When he went from one pose, he opened way up, and he opened his eyes, and he smiled, and it didn't matter that he wasn't hitting it perfectly. What mattered is you could see his body, and you could see he was having fun.
Yeah.
So I encourage you to do that. Just have fun with it.
Okay.
Be playful.
I will be as playful as I can. I'm naturally a very playful man, as my students will tell you. So, well, I promised you guys that I would not keep you over an hour, and we are closing in on 8 o'clock. I I doubt that this is a video that I'm going to turn into one that goes up on the channel, just because it's so personal, for lack of a better word, I guess, but yeah, I
We're
feel like
talking
I've
about the
got,
cat's tail and all that.
yeah, well,
And we can't hear Steve.
yeah, geez.
But you can always review it later.
Yeah, oh yeah, I'm actually gonna I go upstairs and watch it with my wife as soon as we're done here, actually. So, well, I'm gonna cook supper and she's gonna watch it, but I'll be listening. So, and yeah, I'll be watching this over and over again, like I did the first time that we did this too. So, I feel like I've gotten hundreds of dollars of personalized lessons here, just for the
I'm going to
price
try
of
to do a little video for you. He wants to get paid. Steve wants to get paid.
the check is in the mail. Yeah.
Put your money where your mouth is, says Steve. Yeah, talk is cheap, Wayne.
Yeah. Well, I'll frequently say, if somebody asks my opinion about something, I'll say, well, okay, here's some free advice, and that's probably what it's worth.
Yeah.
So
You get what you pay for, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Anyway, I'll try to do that little video for you. I've got a whole bunch of things on my plate right now. If I got a guy from Canada coming in this afternoon, Mo, my associate, we're working on some stuff, but I'll try to put it together for you as soon as I can, and we can go from there.
I would appreciate it very much. Guys, thank you very much for your time and your input. This is absolutely great. I really appreciate it.
It's been a pleasure, but we wish you the best of luck.
Well, thank you.
I think you're well on your way to an enjoyable experience.
Well, thank you very much.
You can't go wrong.
I will. Well, yeah.
You can't.
So
It's going to be an experience. It's going to be something you've never done before, and you'll have fun doing it.
yeah, I'm
There's no way you can
hopeful that it will
anticipate.
work out that way. So,
Yeah.
Steve, do you have any parting words?
I thought you were going to say that.
Yeah.
I said to my wife earlier, I bet Steve's going to say that one thing.
That's very strange. Steve's never at a loss for words.
Yeah.
Wayne,
Right.
be sure you have people taking pictures at the show.
Yes. Yeah.
So if your granddaughter can't, or your
Actually,
wife
I joked to my wife. I said I probably should just have Lucy run the camera, because
yeah,
she's 7 and she intuits these things. But she and I were driving home in the dark from my parents' house about a week ago, and she starts saying, "Well, we're coming up on such and such road. We're passing such and
Pretty
such."
alert.
I'm like, "What are you doing?" She said, "Well, I'm on Google Maps." I'm like, "Okay."
wow.
So, yeah. But okay, I will let you guys go, and thank you again so very much. And I will talk with you all soon, I hope, and I will absolutely let you know how it goes.
Oh, great.
So,
Nice
all
seeing
right,
all of you.
guys.
Nice talking to you guys.
Yeah,
Take care.
Bye.
have a great night.
I told you that was pretty informal now, didn't I? So you can't say you weren't warned. Hey, thanks for watching this. If you liked it, feel free to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you like. And I guess that's what I've got. You guys take care of yourselves.